next speakers for tonight are Stephen Lambeth and Mr. Matthew Vicera.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
My name is Stephen Lambeth, and this is my partner of 9 years, Matthew Vicera. We too want a marriage license. I want to thank Joanna Durazi and the Justice League of MSU, the LGBT Center here at MSU, for their work in setting this up today. Brian asked us to share our stories. I'm originally from North Carolina. I grew up there as a Protestant Christian, also being told that being a homosexual would be sinful, that I would be an abomination, that I should go through ex-gay therapy, which I did for 5 years, wasted a lot of money. But since I came out, I've never been happier, only because now I'm no longer living a lie. I am who I am. On January 31st, 2004, Matthew sent me an email. I'll never forget that day, because I waited 12 hours very impatiently for a response from him. Turns out the email landed in his spam folder. I never knew I'd meet my soulmate online, but I did. Our relationship has lasted almost as long, if not longer, than 3 of our family members' marriages. Our relationship. All we want is a marriage license. Civil marriages have nothing to do with religious ceremony, similar to what Mr. Campbell pointed out earlier. Have nothing to do with that. Our fight for marriage equality is simply that we want the marriage license, we want the ability to enjoy the 1,138 other rights that married couples enjoy that we are denied daily. In North Carolina last year, Amendment 1 was passed. I don't know if you know about this. The only reason I was interested in it, really, not only as a gay person, but also that I'm from North Carolina. 2/3 of my state in majority vote voted for Amendment 1, which bans us as a legal couple in North Carolina, which means we are not secure in North Carolina. We're also not secure in Ohio for the same reason. There is no guarantee that when we're driving through North Carolina, if we have an accident, that we will be able to visit each other in the hospital, much less make decisions for each other in the hospital. I called 10 hospitals between the Outer Banks and the Appalachians, and every single one of them avoided my question, which was, if we came to your hospital, would I be able to visit my partner? And they said, call back tomorrow. Go search for it on our website. I'm sure it's there. It wasn't anywhere to be found. We were being discriminated against in that moment. In the moment of dire straits, it would be even worse. Because unlike Mr. Campbell and his situation, North Carolina couldn't guarantee us the right to visit each other. If Prop 8 is overturned, we all heard arguments yesterday for and against it. If Prop 8 is rendered unconstitutional to ban same-sex marriages in California, there is a probability that the cascade or the fallout of that would ban those types of bans, or would kill those kinds of bans, such as the one in North Carolina, which is a great momentum for marriage bans to fall in other states. It could also just possibly affect California, which is still a gain for LGBT rights in this U.S., in the United States. We unfortunately are not married yet. We are citizens of New Jersey. It's not legal for us to be married in New Jersey. It would be disheartening for us, as we see many of our friends who are married legally in other states, to cross our border and their marriage be dissolved by just driving from New York to New Jersey. That's unfair. It's unfair that our marriage, wherever it becomes legal, is illegal in our state. In our state today, if we had wills drawn up for each other, I realize that even with heterosexual marriages or legal marriages, those wills could be contested, but the possibility of ours being contested is even greater. So there is no security. Even though we're secure in ourselves, in our relationship, in our love for each other, deep as it is, there is no financial security supplied by our state. If Prop 8 and DOMA fall, there is a possibility that federal recognition for our marriage will be more binding in all states. We are currently being denied our fundamental rights as citizens of this U.S., which actually 15 times over the Supreme Court has said marriage is a fundamental right of every citizen in the U.S., and we are denied that. Our hope is that discrimination continues to lose ground, and our greater hope is that equality takes firmer root. Thank you.